people talking about it.
Runners set.
Nobody's gonna hold the plate. That was extra nice.
Runners set.
Right there!
I'm standing on the exact spot where for the last 50 years since 1972, the Memorial Day Run and Turkey Trot races have concluded. This is the finish line for thousands of runners who have participated in this magnificent event. Right now it's time to look back at its history with some of the highlights and memories from its founder, Bob Hardegan.
I got involved with the Turkey Trot over in Boathouse Row. My rowing experience as a coach led me to organize various regattas, and I became a licensed referee for rowing, and exactly how you run a regatta, how you line people up, the starters, the stuff you have to do, the organizing of prizes, times, the whole nine, all that would be involved with an event. So when I moved to Medford Lakes in 1971, I was no longer coaching, but I was still a licensed referee, and I had a background in how to run a race. My neighbor that lived across the street was Dave Crossan, and he was a local from Collingswood that had played in professional football for 5 years with the Washington Redskins. He was a lineman. He was a very large guy, and he and I had children almost the same age. Our sons were born one day apart. Dave had a weight problem, and I was starting a weight problem because I was no longer rowing like I once did, and my appetite was still there, and I was starting to put on weight. So he and I started running in the morning. We would run probably 5 mornings a week, and we would do like a 3-mile run around town and then go to work. So we were talking about this running and how boring it could be, and we came up with the idea of maybe reactivating the Memorial Day Run, although we knew nothing about the previous run, if there ever was one.
Wow, really nice job. That is impressive. Wow.
Sun beat down, I had the radio on, I was driving, trees went by, me and Del were singing, Little Runaway, I was flying, yeah, running down a dream, that never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. Felt so good, like anything was possible. Hit cruise control and rub my eyes. The last 3 days
went to the colony and we asked for permission to do the run, which they sanctioned, and I talked to the police and they agreed to help us, and we set up a course. The course was a fairly easy course. We would start in front of Beach 1, go around Beach 1, go down Boca Road, go around Beach 3, go back Minnetonka Trail and finish up back at Beach 1 in front of Vaughan Hall.
Wow, nice strong kick. Good job. Here you got it. All right, Eric. There you go.
So we had a course set out that was pretty simple because it was the quickest way you could get around Lower Etna and Beach 3 at the same time. So that kind of made sense. It would be hard to kind of mess that up because we didn't have a lot of signs and whatnot. And the first year we did it, we had volunteers. Dave and myself were both involved with the Medford Lakes JCs, which was quite a large organization back in the early 70s. And so we had friends that helped us out and neighbors and things like that at different corners. So Dave Crossan and myself wound up having a successful run, not only successful in a standpoint of getting people to run and have some fun, but we were also wound up becoming a money-making organization. We cleared a profit after the shirts and the prizes and everything else. So I was aware of David Nimmer's plight because of him being in a wheelchair full-time and needing a lot of care, and there was a lot of expense in caring for him, getting a proper van and so he could get around and go to school and things of that nature. And he was a very positive young person, extremely positive, no self-pity for what had happened to him. He was just a very positive young guy. It was fun to be around. So we decided that we would give all the proceeds from the runs to David Nimmer to help him with some of the expenses, not unlike other organizations had done. So the Nimmer family certainly appreciated, and David Nimmer would come down every year to the turkey trot and kind of talk to the people before the race and thank them for the funds and what he had done with the funds the previous year. Bought a set of tires for the van or whatever he needed. And so that's how that started. And eventually, after many years, Dave became an employee of BCIT as an instructor. Quite an amazing feat for someone that could barely get around, but he was very infectious with his positive attitude of life. And one year he came to Dave and myself and he said, well, I'm employed now. I no longer need the money from the run. And that's when we decided that we would take the money from the runs and establish a fund for disabilities in Medford Lakes so that the beaches would be accessible, Vaughan Hall would be accessible, the craft shop would be accessible, and any other area that the colony board would see fit could tap into those funds and make life in Medford Lakes easier for people that had disabilities.
David, who used to be a resident here in Medford Lakes, who passed in 2004. And years ago, after his accident, the people in Medford Lakes orchestrated this event to solely benefit David and his financial needs.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you.
My daughter poured blood muscle and not going to come across, so I need to tell her. She's okay.
So Dave and myself, we had an ulterior motive. We were both trying not to gain too much weight. He being such a large person could gain quite a lot of weight very quickly, and neither one of us wanted to become too heavy too soon. So that's how we started to run, and our children actually ran in the run as well. So it was a healthy thing, and people were encouraged to run, walk, whatever the case may be. You didn't necessarily have to strive for the first place, but it was just nice to have something to participate in.
Our first female top finisher from Medford, Kristen Niedrive with a time of 17:26. Male age group, ages 1 to 10. First place finisher from Medford Lakes, Roman Malinowski. And our third place finisher from Medford Lakes, Claudia Cork. Age group 1 to 10, Kale Steelow of Medford Lakes with a time of 22:14.
Crying parents tell their children, if you survive, don't do as we did. The son exclaims there'll be nothing to do till her daughter says she'll be dead with you.
Float Captain Heather Caldwell. This year marks the 50th anniversary of both the Memorial Day Run and the Turkey Trot. 50 years strong.